everybody, welcome to Circles, another crummy video by Mrs. Buckley. We are going to start by reviewing the parts of a circle. You get my diagram here. There we go. So let's look at these in turn. So here's the word diameter. Diameter is the one that stretches all the way across. That right there is the diameter. Now let's take a look at radius. Do you remember which one that is? Radius is the distance that goes from the center out to any edge. So that is the radius. And let's see, a chord. Here's a chord. So a chord can be any straight line that crosses from one point on the circle to any other point on the circle. So this is a chord. And actually the diameter is a chord as well because it goes from one point of the circle to another point of the circle. But diameter is a special chord in that it goes through the center of the circle. All right, let's see what other colors I can come up with here. Let's take a look at arc. So an arc is any piece of the circle. I could have a small arc like this, or I could have a much bigger arc. As long as it's not the entire circle, that is an arc. I want to go back and label chord. And there it is right there. All right, last one, sector. So a sector really means a chunk of the pie that is the circle. So here's our whole pie, and a sector could be any portion in here. I could make a big sector. I could have a teeny tiny sector. As long as you have a piece that is the shape of a piece of pie, you have found a sector. All right, very good. So today our new material is circumference. Circumference is the distance around a circle. So if you'll remember when we were working on triangles and trapezoids, we said that the perimeter was the distance around. I don't know why, but we have a special word for the distance around a circle. And instead of saying perimeter, we say circumference. And we have a special formula to help us find the circumference of the circle. So here's where you're going to join in with me on some work. So first thing I'd like you to do is make sure that you have a pencil and some paper. If you need to go get those things, I want you to pause the video now and then come back when you're ready. And here we go. So the circumference, known as C, will always be equal to the value of pi, which we're going to use 3.14, times the diameter. So our formula is C equals pi times diameter. So let's begin with this first one. And again, you're doing this with me. So I'd like you to copy down that first circle for number 1. I'm going to put it on my whiteboard. So number 1 has a diameter of 10 meters. So, of course, when we're working with a formula, we start with the formula. So let's go ahead and copy that. So C equals pi times diameter. Circumference equals the value of pi times the diameter, the distance all the way across. So C will be equal to 3.14 times D, which is 10, and 3.14 times 10 is 31.4. And since we're talking about a distance, it's simply meters. 31.4 meters. Let me circle that. All right, we just found the circumference of a circle. Let's do another one. And again, you're copying this down and doing it with me. If you need to pause, if you need to go backward, whatever it is that you need to do to keep up is what I need you to do. All right, the second one is a diameter of 4. So here we go, number 2 with a diameter right through the center, remember, of 4. Let me get this out of here. What was the unit that I used on this? 4. Just 4. So we're going to call that 4 units. And here we go. So C equals circumference equals the value of pi times the diameter. So C will equal 3.14 times D, which is 4 units. And when you do that multiplication on your calculator, you will get 12.56 units. And again, since we're talking about a distance, it's just plain old units. We're not talking about the space inside, the area. We're talking about just the skinny little distance all the way around. So there's number 2 for you. I'm going to have you pause the video and work on numbers 3 and 4. I'm not going to go over those. You are doing these independently. So let me put 3 and 4 up here. Get 1 and 2 out of the way. So for number 3, you're finding the circumference of a circle with a diameter of 2 meters. For number 4, you're finding the circumference of a circle with a diameter of 6 inches. So when you take a picture of and send your work to me, I will see the work that we did together for numbers 1 and 2, and I will see you work on numbers 3 and 4. So pause the videos now, please, so that you can work on these too. Okay. Now, this is a little bit annoying because there's another formula for finding circumference of a circle. And this one involves using the radius. So this one says circumference equals 2 times the value of pi times the radius. So C equals 2 pi r is a second formula that we can use to find circumference. So why does this make sense? Why do we have 2 formulas? When we multiply 2 times r outside of the pi there, what we're really doing is finding the diameter. 2 times the radius is the diameter. And that's why this makes sense. All right, so let's take a look at number 5. So you're writing number 5 on your paper. You're copying the circle that has a radius of 7 millimeters. I'm going to copy that onto my whiteboard. There's my circle. And it's 7 millimeters. And again, half the distance across the circle is the radius. So here we go. Circumference equals 2 times pi times the radius. Always start by copying your formula. C equals 2 times 3.14 times 7. There's the radius, 2 pi r. 2 times 3.14 times 7. If I'm going too fast for you, just pause the video at any time. All right, we are ready to multiply. And when I multiply all these numbers together, as you can do on your calculator, I will get 43 0.96 millimeters. And again, since we are looking for the distance around the circle, it's just that skinny little outline. It's just plain old millimeters, not millimeters squared. Pretty cool. All right, we're going to do number 6 together. And let me take a look at what number 6 looks like. 6 is a circle, which you're copying, with a radius of 15 kilometers. So we're looking for the distance around the circle, or the circumference. C equals 2 pi r. Circumference equals 2 times 3.14 times 15. And when I get my happy calculator out and doing the right thing for me, I will end up with 94.2 kilometers. Again, it's just the distance around, so we're not looking for kilometers squared, we're just looking for kilometers. All right, and here are the last two that I would like you to try on your own. Number 7 will be a circle that has a radius of 11 meters. You'll be using that second formula. Circumference equals 2 pi r. And same thing with this guy right here. You have a circle with a radius of 6. So you'll be using that formula for C equals 2 pi r. What will your work look like when you've done? You will have 8 problems altogether. 4 that we will have done together, and 4 you have done on your own. I know you're going to do a great job with this. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.